Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome or welcome back. I think it's welcome back for Ollie. I think I've spotted you today, Ollie. Shirley, I think as well. You were here before. Timothy, Mimpy's here. Yeah, we're slowly starting to make friends, right? After 10 hours on jumping from session to session.
You want to go out? Okay.
Fantastic. All right, Tony is here. Juliana, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to yet another session. I've just been telling Pedro that I've been here from 9 a.m. in the morning, my time. It is now 9 in the evening. It has been a wonderful day. I've been doing all of this crazy workshopping, hopping, learning a lot. My brain is fried though, so if I'm like, if you see my tongue is stumbling, you know what's happening. Basically, the Butter team has been launching a Butter baby into the world called Butter Scenes, and we're all super excited because we launched on Product Hunt today. Give us a little love, a like, a review if you've played with the tool. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We are gonna experiment with Butter Scenes today. It's been all about that. And to celebrate this, we are running this wild 24 hours around the clock workshop marathon. We're probably halfway there because it will end up like tomorrow at 8 my time. So it goes through the night. And we brought together over 40 experts in facilitation, learning, community, collaboration, innovation, startups from across the globe. These sessions are being recorded. I do want to mention that. If being off camera is more comfortable for you, that's fine. If you can be on camera, we'd appreciate to see your faces and get some feedback as well from you. We're gonna be using the chat, and our host for the next hour is Pedro Segreto. I'm gonna kill the music here to welcome you properly. Welcome, Pedro. Woo! Where are the Butter soundboards? Is a designer and facilitator specializing in agile collaboration processes and design sprints. He's now based in Lisbon, and he founded Unbox Lab, a facilitation school focused on spreading the power of collaboration to people and companies. He's also a proud father, a passionate cook, guitarist, and always adding a human touch to his processes, dishes, and jams. Yum! Pedro, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to host us this evening. The floor is yours. Take it away, and I will share the Butter Scenes link in the chat with everyone here, so we can meet Pedro there. Tack.
Okay. So thank you very much. First of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here, working with Butter in the Butter Scenes. I'm very excited with this new product, and I was playing with it to build this presentation for you. So everything was done, almost everything in scenes. It was a challenge. I like those kind of things. So let me change my setup here just for a moment, because I would like to see, okay, to look for you. So that's it. I'm here today to talk about the Archetyper is assessment that I built to unbox, to discover facilitation styles. And I would like to share with you my journey through building this assessment and what I learned from it. And there are some results, fresh results from today. So, okay. My name is Pedro Segreto. In the last 7 years, I'm working very focused in facilitation, facilitating collaborative process to big companies from Brazil and some worldwide companies as well. And in the last year, with my wife, Juliana, she's here, I think so. Hi, Juliana. We founded the Unbox Lab, a facilitation school, trying to help people. Let me do this. Oh, better. Helping people to learn facilitation and how to, collaborate in their work. So in those last 7 years, I facilitated more than 130 collaborative process, usually design sprints, 3, 4, 5 sessions or days process. And I created more than 50 design thinking tools to branding, to business modeling, and all those kind of things. And after all of this, I can tell you, I hate icebreakers. Oh no. Okay, this is kind of clickbait, but I really feel awkward participating in icebreakers, and so I feel awkward facilitating them. So I don't use icebreakers a lot. I try to ice break my groups and my teams and my process through other kind of strategies. But of course, I have some icebreakers in my pockets, and I can tell you, I already, okay, since go. I have participated in beautifully facilitated process that included not one, but several icebreakers. And to me, those sessions were impossible to facilitate. I don't know how to do it, and I already participate in facilitations much more with a human approach, hug another person, tell them your challenges and your problems, and those things are not easy to me. But I can tell you, there's no right or wrong. I think there are styles. This is, the first spark of the archetyper. Before I start to tell you about the archetyper, just let me know you a little bit, and let's play a bit with the scenes. And so you are invited to add your pin. What's your level of experience with facilitation? Are you a Daniel San starting, or are you already a Bruce Lee that controls things, or you are a master Yoda, sorry, that can deal with all the power of the force? Oh, let's try a little time. 1 minute. I'm experimenting with the scenes. So there are people here with different kinds of experience, different levels of experience, but mostly Bruce Lee's. I think so. Okay, we already have 4, 5, 7, 20. We are here at 30. Okay. I think that's enough. End time. So the lots of Bruce Lee's here. And where are you now? This should be the most used scenes function feature in all the sessions, but I couldn't avoid it because it's so charming to see you through the globe. There are people here in Europe, there's someone in Brazil. Hi, Daniela. E aí, Daniela, beleza? There's
That's
some
not
people.
Brazil, that's Argentina, my friend.
Oh, sorry. Soy, ¿cómo estás? ¿Está bien? Olá.
Muito bem.
Perdona-me. Então, we have lots of people in Europe, a sister from Argentina, okay, and some people in the United States. Fine. And have you responded to the Archetyper yet? Yes, no, but you already had already heard about it. Oh no, you never heard about the Archetyper. Okay. Lots of people didn't heard about it. So should be fine. So, okay, as I told you, I already participated in participating in design, facilitating, mentoring, or consulting hundreds of collaborative process. And I developed what I call this stainless focus on delivery, because I come from this background. I used to run a design studio in Rio de Janeiro, and we have to deliver things, a website or a book or a new brand identity. And so when I come to this facilitator mode, when I start to work with collaborative process, I always been very focused in delivering some tangible things. And once a client came with this challenge to me. Okay, could you do this team building for us, for this group of agencies? And a team building, as I told you, I'm not this icebreaker expert. So, okay, what should I do in a team building? Because there is no practical or tangible delivery in a team building. Yeah, the process should bond people. And I was always thinking about how to deliver things. So I start to think, what the icebreaker, this guy that facilitated this process with lots of icebreakers, do in this case? And it was very challenging to me. I ended designing a session, like it was a full day session of a playful prototyping session. So I turned the team building in a design sprint, and I asked them to do like a TikTok style short video about the group, and we did a contest, for the best ideas. So I turned the team building something that I could manage. But as already told you, there's no right or wrong way to deal with a challenge, to design a collaborative process. There's a wide variety of facilitation styles. There's no better or worse in my point of view. Maybe one is more suitable for a specific situation or challenge, and the other is better for a different one. But they're different styles. And I start to think, as a frame worker that I am deep in my heart, I start to think how to understand, how to build some kind of structure to understand the fundamental difference between those styles that I was experimenting with friends, with fellow facilitators, watching some facilitations, or trying to design a collaborative process to different scenarios. And so I got into this focus and approach understanding. So to me, in a very fundamental, basic way to see the different styles, I got into this. There are different focus for different styles, for different facilitators. There are people more focused in people, to establish relations, to build, to bond teams. And there are people like me more focused in results, in getting to tangible deliverables. And so this is one X of my understanding. And the other very fundamental thing is the approach. There are people that approach the designing and the facilitating of a collaborative process more rationally, and there are people that are more emotional. There are different kinds of approach. So from this focus and approach frame, I got into this matrix. So there are people, if you go to the left, you are focused in people. If you go to the right, you are focused in results. And your approach is more rational if you go to the top of the matrix, or you are more emotional if you go down through the matrix. So where are you? I'm really here, very rational and focusing results. And where are you people in this? Yeah, team building is about connection. Which are your style? Where are you in the archetypal matrix? Oh, we can see different approaches, different focus. And there are some people between on the lines. The lines got me in a big problem. You're going to see.
We have a question pending from Romy. If you want to take the question now, Pedro.
Tell me.
Hey, Pedro.
Please.
Thank you for and thank
Hi,
you.
Romy.
Hey, I'm really curious. It's great to see this framework, and I'm really trying to understand because, like you said, I would find myself smack dab in the center here. I'm definitely someone who's very people focused. I'm very results focused, but I'm also very emotional focused. I need to work on the rational. I got to admit that. But so I'd love to know where and how this approach came from and a little bit more, because what do you do if you find yourself in so many quadrants? It feels hard to distinguish.
Okay. Romy, I'm going to address your question further in this presentation, because as I told you, when I started to test this focus approach matrix, I started to get some people in the lines. And so where are you? Where are me? So with this, I got into 4 archetypes. People, they are focusing in people, and they have this rational approach, are the icebreakers. We have the frame workers as me, rationals and focusing results. And okay, let me see, adjust the camera. The empathizers, that are focusing people and are very emotional, and the provocators, emotional but focused in results. So let me tell you about just a little bit about each one of those archetypes. So the icebreaker, this is the master of relaxations, the relaxation. This is the icebreaker is just this, a very playful guy that use methods like game storming, Lego serious play to promote collaboration and build trust, creating this fun atmosphere. And I try to, this is, I guess, of course, I try to think about some reference. So Dave Gray, some people that maybe, or in my understanding, have this archetype. The frame worker, the rational and focus in results is in results. The frame worker is this logical architect. I am frame worker deep in my heart, that use like design sprints, business model canvas, the nerds of canvas, that like to structure everything, like very time boxed process, use this analytical intelligence to build schemes, patterns with his rational approach. So Alexander Osterwalder, maybe Eric Ries, Jake Knapp, Sean Ellis, those guys that created very powerful frameworks on methodologies, I think are frameworkers as me. The empathizer is this very, very, or not that very, but emotional guy that approached the things through emotions, the enchanter of emotions that touch the hearts and the minds through active listening, emotional understanding, try to management conflicts and trust and build trust through the group or through the environment. Some methods of the empathizer are like nonviolent communication, like things from Gaia education, ethnographic research, embodiment practice, and there are some references as well. And last but not least, the provocator. This is the creative agitator that pokes everyone's with critical thinking, with a very strong, full creative leadership, provoking the team, provoking ideas, leading by example, and using methodologies and methods like start with why, theory of you, problem framing, lateral thinking, all those approaches that stings that people to move them to new ideas and to innovation. And I love no code, and I already did. I tried and played with a lot of platforms like Google Workspace, Glide, Coda, Tally, and I built some projects. Like I built my whole back office structure with Coda. I call it Alfred, my digital butler. I made this at the beginning of the pandemic. I made this app. It was a meeting canvas trying to help people to plan better meetings. And I did some assessments. I love assessments. So I started with a brand self-perception analysis assessment that I run it through companies to understand how they understand inside the company the brand perception, trying to understand if the people from the company understand the brand like the same. I made a second one, a maturity diagnosis about remote work. This was in the beginning of the pandemic too, trying to help companies to understand if they were ready or not to embrace the remote work, since it was a thing that they couldn't avoid. And I did this gambit test after the Queen's Gambit. I started to play chess, and I did this personality test, that assessment that you got which piece of chess piece you are, and some advices based in this personality, this metaphor of personality through the chess pieces. So when I got in there when I got into the archetype matrix and I started to think, Oh, I was very, very happy that I got this new no-code projects to start. I was experimenting with Tally. I don't know if you know Tally. Tally is like Google Slides on steroids, and you can do very beautiful and powerful forms. And I started to think, oh, uh, maybe I can do an assessment just with one platform, just one tool, and maybe I can use Tally to build this archetyper assessment. And different from all the others, the archetyper is fully automated nowadays, and I don't have to do anything, and it's running in background all the time. And so I built three beta versions of the Archetyper. The first one was just Tally, and it was in Portuguese. And you answer the questions, and you finish with your archetype. But when you leave Tally, you lost your archetype and all the references and things that comes with your archetype. So I built a Coda backend. Coda is like Notion. So I built a backend in Coda for the second version to send emails at the end of the process with the results of the person, with the archetype and the skills, methods, and the reference. And the third version was the English version. So how does it work? There's a form, as I told you, with 13 questions covering the facilitator journey. So I did some introductional questions, and I started to cover step by step the journey of the facilitator from the designing, the facilitation, and the delivery steps, trying to understand the approach and the focus. There are 52 answers per question, so I have to thought about all those questions, but not just the questions, but all the possible answers to each question. So you fill the form, you answer 30 questions. So you got this result with your archetype, the skills, the methods, and reference, as you could see on the slides, and some recommendations to you to develop your facilitation skills. All those things are done in Tally. And the last step is you got this email with further information. Again, the archetype, skills, methods, reference, and recommendation. But in the email, you got your scores from focus and approach. How did you score? How you score it in people or in results, in emotional or rational. And you got some links for further exploration. I try to give links to an archetype that help him to develop other spectrums of his style. If you are an icebreaker, maybe you can get some skills from the other styles and improve your facilitation style. So that is the Archetyper, how it works. If you would like to see some back-end things behind the curtains, this is just a screenshot of the Tally form, but not as you see when you are answering the assessment, but as I built. So as you can see, there's a question, there are answers to the question for possible ones, and there are some conditional things. Okay, if this person answer active listening, for example, it's gonna add 1 point to the score of the empathizer. If the answer is powerful questioning, it's going to add 1 point to the provocator, and on and on and on. And so this is a screenshot from the result that you got inside Tally. right after filling the form. So you got this, the archetype, you know, the focus and approach, a description, skills, methods, reference, and recommendations. And if you'd like to see, this is the coda backend, where the coda I use to send emails, you know, with the results, because I can do it with the free Tally account, and I build this dashboard. So today we have like 947 answers to the archetyper. Let me move on. Okay, so when I started, I did this first round of tests with some friends, you know, with some fellow facilitators, and I started to got this kind of results. In the end, your score puts you in some place in the matrix. So, for example, we have this person that is very people and rational, but we have this one. I don't know if you can see my mouse. No. Okay, and use it. You have this one here that is very emotional and focusing results. So each of those dots are the results of a person. That's fine. And as Romy asked me, I started to got those kinds of results, you know, people that are on the line, in the line, I don't know. On the line, maybe. Not inside the line, on the line. I think so. So, and I got this problem because, okay, this person, who are this person? Is an icebreaker or an empathizer? I don't know. And there was no logic, you know, behind my counts and calculations to deal with this thing. So this kind of results start to break my my little toy, because it was it had this kind of weird result, you know, sometimes putting the person in one side or another of the line, and I didn't understand very well what was going on. So I had to think how to deal with it. And it was the rise of the fifth archetype. So the holistical. So everyone in the line is an holistical. And who is the holistical? The holistical is this chameleon facilitator that embrace multiple approaches. Usually what I understood is an holistical archetype person is someone that or is starting with the facilitation and didn't get his style, or is someone very, very experienced that can deal with very different kinds of approaches and focus. So the approach could be multiple or undefined, and the focus could be broad or diffuse. It depends of your level of experience, but the skills are courage to take risk, attention to the whole process, idea generations, and usually the holistical use methods like brainstorming, mind mapping, those more broad, you know, more open kinds of dynamics, personas, word cafes that you can, you know, tune to each kind of scenario or process. And one very interesting thing is that in the reference, I thought Jonathan Courtney could be a holistical, since this guy looks like has lots of experience. Nancy Duarte from the storytelling. And I put here like Simon Kavanagh from Cow's Pilot as a reference. And I think last year I met Simon here in Lisbon, and he told me, "Oh, Pedro, you are the guy that made the Archetyper. This is very interesting. I feel it." And so I asked it, "Oh, Simon, who are you?" And I can't remember. Okay, maybe he's the provocator or the framework. And I told him, "Okay, you are in between my reference and I guess wrong who you are, but that's fine. It's good to meet the reference." Okay, so the results that I got from May 24 to November 25, those ones are very, very fresh results that I updated today. So I have more than 2,900 access, and I got more than 940 answers, 110 answers in the English version and 330 answers in the Portuguese one. 900 more than 910 unique users. There are people, filling the form, answering the assessment twice or 3 times, and then you can see the difference between English and Portuguese here. And I asked if I can get in contact after with more information about the Archetyper or my work or on Bots Lab, and we got like 590 leads, people that told us, "Okay, you can send me emails." And something that I ask in the form is, where do you work, in a company or as a freelancer? And surprisingly, at least for me, there are 67% of facilitators working in company, and there are just 33% freelancers. I thought I don't know, maybe because the scene that I used to frequent in Brazil, and there are more facilitators working as freelancers. But I asked them about their experience with facilitation, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have like 18% in low 1 or 2, 70% are 3 or 4, I'm like medium experience, and just 12% answered 5, like very experienced one, 12%. And I asked them, I asked in the form, in the assessment, which is your magic word, empaticazam, relaxabula, provocus pocus, or structadabra. In English, not that easy. It's magic words, it's not easy to spell. But and empaticazam is the most the chosen one. And if we see all the archetypes, if the most common one is the empathizer, 31% and 33% in English. There are a lot of empathizers. There are 20% of provocators, 16% of icebreakers, and just 14% of frameworkers. We are alone in this world. Okay, please, frameworkers, get in contact. I would like to share some, feelings. And there are 17% of holisticals. And as you can see, there's no big difference between like Portuguese or English. Of course, Portuguese are people from Brazil, mostly, but some from Portugal, and in English are from everywhere. But here is the biggest gap between Portuguese and English is in the holistical, 12% and 20%. The icebreaker, there are more icebreakers in Brazil or speaking Portuguese, and there are more frameworkers speaking English or in the international community. If you would like to see this archetype archetypal facilitator, the result, the final persona of the, mixing all the results, we're gonna find this empathizer, This is not placed very far from the middle or from the center, but this is like minus 1.3, minus 1.2 coordinates, and this is the empathizer. Usually this guy works in a company, has like 3.5 of level of experience and speaks English. This is our archetypal facilitator. And which are the key insights that I got from this? Is the first one is, of course, people love a quiz. So this assessment resonates with the facilitator community very well. We have like 41% of conversion, organic conversion in the Portuguese version, and 28% in the English version. I know because there is a bit.ly, that bit.ly, I don't know how to say that in English, bit.ly link, and so I can see how many people click the link and how many people fill the form. So, and this, since the beginning, there are some days, 1 year and a half, there are some days there are picks, but there is this every day there is 1, 2, 3 people filling the form, filling the assessment and I really don't, I don't do much. I don't do much. I don't know. Sorry. Okay. I don't do a lot of things to promote this. I did it once and it starts to go viral, as I can see. I can tell you that facilitators are very, very humanists, because from 11,908 total responses, we have much more people choosing like answers that are more with focus in people and with this emotional approach, as we could see as a result, as the empathizer is the most common style. There is this desire for multi-selection. A lot of people, what we got as a criticism or as a feedback, as a feedback is, okay, Pedro, fine, but I would like to fill many answers in the same questions. But this is going to be very difficult to me as a no-coder to build this very complex structure. So I think this desire came that I think this is connected with Romi's question as well, because I understood that facilitators can adopt different styles in different situations. Of course, you have to be a more experienced, seasoned facilitator to, deal with this different kinds of approaches and styles, and be more chameleonic. And the last key insight is the archetype is not about telling you a final verdict. It's about to discovering your dominant style, maybe, or at least, and it's a provocation, it's a starting point. It's a provocation to start a conversation with me or with yourself about, be more conscious about your own style. And so, which are the benefits of doing the archetype or feeling the archetype? This is about self-awareness, understanding your strengths and your weakness. I think it's very good to develop new skills to polish your, facilitation approach. It's about skill development, expanding your repertoire and facilitation abilities, understanding that you are in this point of the matrix and you can move through the matrix as you like. So establishing a clear path for developing your career and your facilitation abilities. So you can, with more self-awareness, I think you can define your journey toward to be a very versatile facilitator, or be very specialized, focused in just one method or one framework or just one thing. As I told you, there's no thing as there's no such a thing as right or wrong in this game, and it's about like style evolution. You with more self-awareness, you can develop your unique facilitation signature. So I think those ones are the main benefits of the assessment to everyone, as I got in the feedbacks. So next steps for the Archetyper in 2025, I'd like to release a 0.2 version with a landing page with more information, with better recommendations and reference, and deeper understanding and analysis. Let me see if I have enough time, but I already started to do it, and I would like to release it 2025. So thank you very much. If we have enough time to any question, I'm here. And if you would like to fill the assessment now, unbox your facilitation style today, just get a picture from this QR code. That's it. Any questions if we have enough time?
We do have some time to take some questions. Yes. I'll stop the screen sharing here and see if there's anything in the chat. Well, Oli kept me entertained here the whole time. I loved all of the puns, over puns and after puns. It's really fun. All right. Any questions, curiosities, insights, thoughts on the archetypes or archetyper? Corey has a question.
So what did you decide to create a 50 category for holistical versus design the assessment to force them into one of other four? Okay, because two key things. The first one, it was a very technical thing. It was easier to me, in the background to develop, to define this 51, and everything was like working properly when I understood the behavior of the platform, and it was much more easier to me to develop. And I'm no tech guy. I'm a no coder, so I have this limits of my knowledge about how to code things or to build technical things. But I think the most important thing is because I really believe that there is a fifth archetype. There are a lot of people that are really holisticals, because I think the whole assessment is much more. It's better with not putting people inside boxes in a forced way, So that's it. I believe there is a fifth. I took some time to understand it, but I believe there is a fifth element in the game, and it was much more easier to me to implement the solution.
All right, Corey, if you have any follow-up questions, let us know. Tony, yes.
Okay, muito obrigado, Pedro.
De nada.
I looked at the beginning and I thought, I am being asked to define myself right at the beginning. I do not like this. So I think I will come back in many times and explore what each of those different styles means to me. to see how holistic I really am.
Yeah, I think you can do this, because and maybe you should not reflect about the assessment, but your practice to understand better. As I told you guys, the archetyper is not, the result of like a post-graduation work with working with a university and lots of research. No, I made it for fun, but I really believe in this. I'm experimenting, getting feedbacks about it. It makes sense to me, but it's not a final verdict or a very final thing. It's just much more a spark, provocation to self-awareness and to think about your own style and to dodge from the imposter syndrome, because sometimes when you see a challenge that you think, okay, this is not for me, I don't know how to do a team building, for example, you don't need to feel like weak. You just need to understand there are different styles, and maybe there are some challenges and scenarios that are better facilitators to deal with it, and I don't need to be a holistical if I don't want it. I don't know if I answer your question, Tony, but
Thank you. Very helpful. And would you like the idea of possibly getting a set of facilitators who are outside of Europe and outside the United States and Brazil, like in Africa?
okay, this is the assessment is open for everyone. The only thing is I built a Portuguese version and an English version.
Sure.
And maybe we can translate it to any other language. I can do it. I have to put some effort, because the back end, and how to plug a new form with the coda, but it is possible. But it's open for everyone. And I never thought
Excellent.
about, okay, this is to United States and Brazil. This is for everyone. And
Thank you.
All right. That was it. Pedro, thank you so much for taking us through the process. I know I've learned a lot about this back end and the no codes. I didn't even knew that Tally can do all of those rules in the back end. So very interesting. Additional information. You live and you learn. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially I know in Portugal it's also quite late. I think it's 9 as well in the evening.
It's 9, it's okay.
There we go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Our 24-hour festival continues. So if you're just waking up and just had your coffee and you really want to have your brain tingled, go ahead. It's the last one for me. I had 8 pieces of workshop today. It was an absolute pleasure. Show us some love on Product Hunt, play with butter scenes, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure I'll see you around somewhere online. Pedro, it was a pleasure.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much. Ciao.